Hi, everyone. This is AJ Wilcox. I get asked all the time about bidding optimizations and how to pay the very least amount possible for LinkedIn ads. And I have our own account open here. So I thought I would just take you live through some of the optimizations that I'm planning. And that way you can kind of learn from how we do it. Okay, I'll kill camera here because I'm totally not even dressed up for this. But here we go. So first off, what I'm looking at here in the account is I'm looking at a list of our campaigns, and I'm going to sort them from spend from high to low. And the reason I'm doing this is if I only have a few minutes, and let's say I have enough time to go and analyze 5 campaigns, I know they're going to be the 5 that spend the most, so my time is going to be spent the most impactfully. Next, you'll notice that I have my objective on the vast majority of these as website visits, because that is the least risky way to do it if you're going to send traffic to your website. The reason why is LinkedIn will only charge you for clicks when someone takes an action that would actually direct them to your landing page. Okay. The next thing I want to look at is click-through rate and how I'm bidding. So the rule of thumb is if you have a click-through rate that is significantly over the average, and for sponsored content, which is most of these ads, you'll see, the point at which I change bidding is a little over 1%. So if you have a click-through rate that is significantly under 1%, then it makes sense to be bidding by manual cost per click. And if you have a click-through rate that is significantly higher than the average, so the average, just so you know, is like 0.4 to 0.5%, somewhere in there. And so this one is just slightly over the average. This one's significantly over the average. And when I look at my bidding, I am running maximum delivery. Oops. I am running maximum delivery, which is what LinkedIn calls auto bidding. And it's essentially a really high bidding CPM, which is really good. That's the 2 bidding models I really recommend is either manual CPC bidding and bidding kind of low, or using automated, which is going to bid really high. So let's just go through each of these, and I'll kind of give you my thoughts on it. So next we have one where the click-through rate is around average, but our cost per click is pretty low. I don't know how this is working. Maybe we've already done some kind of a bidding optimization in the last several days, and so the data is kind of clouding together. But in this case, I might consider, but I'm going to look at possibly switching this one to a max cost per click. Because I wonder if it's possible to get to bid under like 574, because it means we could probably save some money that way. So what I'll do is I'll open this into a new tab and I'll attack that. Next is this one where we're getting significantly over 1%, and we're already on maximum delivery, which is great. That's why we're paying $3.56 per click. The next here is sponsored content getting 0.13%. And that's terrible. And that's why we're paying close to $50 per click. So I'm definitely going to go and change that one to a max cost per click. So I just opened that one in a new tab. Next, sponsored content, again, getting below the benchmark. So I'm going to open that one in a new tab. I'll go change that one to max CPC bidding, and I'll bid lower, significantly lower than $33. Next one, 0.57%, and it's on maximum delivery, which is, again, why I'm paying close to $10. So I'll definitely go and make that change. The next one is a sponsored messaging campaign. And so you don't really have the same bidding rules that apply, but I do look at this and say, all right, a click-through rate of 75%. With sponsored messaging, that just means your open rate. LinkedIn's average open rate is about 55%, so I'm feeling pretty good about this, that open rate. That one seems to be working pretty well. Okay, next one, we're getting a 0.96%, which should be pretty close to the average, which is probably why, or sorry, pretty close to where we should be bidding automated, which is probably why, oh, dang it. Well, I might as well show you since I'm here. So if I swing down here and I look at automated, instead, if I switch to manual, they're recommending that I spend $12.29. As long as I'm bidding less than what I'm currently paying using automated, then I should be saving some money. That being said, I think I might leave this one on automated just because the target audience size is so small. We're under 1,000 people. And so it probably makes sense to go ahead and just pay a little bit more for that. Okay, I'll back up here. And now everything's out of order. Great. Okay, so we'll jump back down here. Okay, so here's the one that we were on. It was a video ad campaign. The next here is at 0.4%, and it's bidding manually, which makes sense. We're paying $10 a click, which is not what I'm super excited about, but we'll see. This is a dynamic ad campaign that is getting a 0.03. We like to see dynamic ads get around a 0.08. So this appears to be significantly underperforming, but that's why we're doing manual bid. Here's a text ad campaign that is getting a 0.35% click-through rate. That is amazing because the average on these is 0.025%. So because this is performing so well, that means if we were to be bidding CPM on this, right now we're paying $2.51 per click. If we bid CPM, this might be a CPM bid. I'll open it up and see just in a different tab, but we might be able to get the cost per click significantly lower than $2, which is awesome. Next, now we start to get down into these ones where these are lead gen form campaigns. And this one specifically sponsored messaging. You can see that the click-through rate is a little over 55%, so that's little over average. This one's at 60%, so little over average. And then we get down to these ones that just don't have any clicks. So there's not much data to speak of. So hopefully that was a helpful walkthrough for you. And I'll flip my video back on here. Hopefully it was a helpful walkthrough to just understand how it is that we work with LinkedIn pricing to try to get the very, very lowest cost per result. I'm going to go make those changes on our own account and hope to see you soon. Thanks.